Welcome back to the show, folks. My first guest is, actually, I should say Colonel. That's the first thing. Then Dr. Tom Waters. He's a combat wounded from, from the Air Force. He was in the Air Force, of course, me Marine, but he was Air Force. And I think that is so beautiful, and I want to welcome you to Young at Heart. And I guess the first thing I want to know, what is that blue thing you're wearing on your wrist there?
Well, I want to say, first of all, I'm very glad to be here on your show. And this blue thing I'm wearing is to talk about prostate cancer.
Oh, hold it up so they can see it. There you go.
It's a blue wristband, and it talks about Us Too International, and we talk about it every town board meeting, and we invite people out to the meetings. We meet once a month, last Thursday of each month at 6 o'clock at the hospital in the training room.
Oh.
And we talk about prostate cancer. You know, earlier in your show you were mentioning cancer, and this is prostate cancer, and something that every man should at least be aware of. And not only the men, but the women. If they want to take care of their men, they need to know about prostate cancer. So we invite everybody to come out to the meetings and learn more about this disease.
Wow, that's very good. I think that's very good. So we want the men to make sure that they understand something about this is what happened to most men, especially, I guess, when we pass 50, it begins to start.
I'm going to say after 30.
After 30 it starts?
They need to start checking. Because the PSA is so important. That's a blood test you take and find out if you need to understand what your baseline is.
Right.
And then if that baseline starts to change, something in your body is changing.
Right.
And you need to know where you are on that. Now, I'm a prostate cancer survivor, so that's something very near and dear to my heart.
Well, I feel good. I don't have prostate cancer, but I know my PSA is up there a little bit, and I'm going to be tested to make sure
Very good.
that that doesn't happen. Okay, what else is going on? I know there are things that you want the viewers to know about what's going on in the town.
I definitely want the viewers to know about all the things that are happening in town. And one of the big things and good things is we're having a lot of businesses that are coming into town. The Chamber of Commerce, we have ribbon cuttings, and the town board members are invited to attend these ribbon cuttings, and that's what I love to do because we have so many, and in fact we have several this week. And you'll see town board members there. It's usually in the newspaper, it's usually on TV as well, and it lets people know that Pahrump is still going in the right direction.
Very good, very good. Now, is something that you said something about if there are 3 members here and 3 members, on the board, that it doesn't necessarily mean that...
Yes, the open meeting law, the Nevada open meeting law, everybody calls it the OML, and anytime 3 town board members, because that would be a quorum, anytime 3 town board members are together, if we're talking about something that might be on the agenda, that would violate the open meeting law. Just to have 3 town board members together is not a violation. And many people just don't understand that difference. And they see 3 town board members, and right away they say it's a violation, and they report that to the state of Nevada. And once it's reported, then the town has to prepare a defense for us. And that's $500 per person.
Whoa.
So in the past, we've had up to $3,000 wasted by preparing defenses for something that was clearly not a violation. The state attorney general has come back and said that we have not violated any rules. But if somebody thinks it's a violation and they turn it into the attorney general, they have to investigate it, and therefore the town is wasting money for an open meeting law violation that does not exist. So if anybody thinks that there is an open meeting law violation, I say you need to do something about it, but contact the town manager, and he can tell them if it's an open meeting law violation or not, and if they should file for it.
Wow, fine. Now, there are other things that's going on that I know you wanted to talk about.
Yes. There is a new organization coming into town called LaTip International. And it's one that's going to allow businesses to get together and recommend each other. So if you needed a carpenter for your house, you could go to this organization and they could recommend somebody in Pahrump that handles that, and somebody that's highly recommended and also has a town business license.
Well, which is very good because people talk about, having outside businesses or
That's
outside
correct.
individuals, helping, whereas we have this. So a lot of things here people don't know about that exist here in the town that they can
Absolutely.
be part of.
And this is something new. There's something new, and I think it's really going to help Pahrump. because it's going to help Pahrump businesses first get their name out there, recognized, and then recommend it by an organization that has already looked into this and make sure that they're credible and they have a business license.
Well, the other thing I like to ask you as far as what's going on here in town, do you see changes that are bringing this town forward, or moving it forward, I should say? Do you see any kind of changes that's doing that, you know?
That's a loaded question, because I see the glass is half full.
Okay.
And I don't see it as half empty. I'm very positive about Pahrump, and I see things moving in the right direction. Yeah. The other thing, and we've mentioned it already, is the town board loves to see town businesses receive anything that we can do. And one of the things that we had was we were talking about the request for proposal. So we wanted to make sure that they were trained to handle that. And so I put together a training program, and I put it on my blog so that everybody could use that. What I wanted to do was have a training program, but we're not allowed to do that, because if I train a local business and then it comes before the town board and then I select them, then I've got a conflict of interest. So I can't do the training, but I could put it in my blog, which I did, and they can go to my blog, which is Tom Waters Thoughts at blogpoint.com, and they can read and get everything they need to know about a request for proposal.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. This is the first time I've heard of a blog, you know, a blog like that going on the internet to show people or help people here in town to know what's going on and the kinds of things that they can do to assist, you know, and help instead of complaining all the time. You know, because you have a lot of complaints. I don't think this.
We do get a lot of complaints, but we also get a lot of positive statements.
Right.
And I have to say the current town board has received more praises than criticism.
Very good. What else? Because I don't want to. I want you to cover everything you want to cover here before the time runs out.
Well, I want to talk about the fact that the town of Pahrump, again, is moving in the right direction. I see us coming together. There was a discussion about the fact that we're divided on the town board because we vote differently. Well, we're 5 different individuals and we have different backgrounds. However, when you look at the 5-0 votes where we all come together, that's about 70% of our votes. And when you look at the 3-2 votes, that's about 12% of our votes. So a very small percentage where we look at it as, say, 4-1 or 3-2. Most of our votes are 5-0 because we do agree that we're looking at the best things for the town.
So when they bring up information or different things as the town is moving forward, you see this and you say, okay, we look at this all together and this makes sense, and there's not as much negativity on what it is that you see to help this town move forward. And like you said, you see more positive than you see negative.
Absolutely. In almost everything we do. And I think, too, the public needs to know that every item on our agenda we research separately. We can't research it together because that would violate the open meeting law.
Right.
So we're not allowed to talk to each other until we're at the open meeting. Now, 2 of us can talk, but if any time it's more than 2, we can't speak.
Well, this makes sense. These are things I think that the general public don't know, because I don't know whether they've ever been expressed like that, at least not on TV.
and we need to let them know that we are very cautious about violating the open meeting law. Even though we're all friends, if we end up at places together like a luncheon or a dinner, we sit in separate areas, just so there's not the appearance of open meeting law violation.
With the time we have left, what I want to know is there any way that people can contact, say, you or any member, or do they just go online and check out what's going on?
Again, they can always go to my blog, because I have all of my open letters on the blog, and that's Tom Waters Thoughts at tomwatersthought.blogspot.com. Or they can contact the town office, and our phone numbers are given. They can contact any one or all of the town board members at any time with any questions or comments. And we'd much rather have them before the town board meeting so we can research those things.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd like to be able to support what they're asking us to do.
So they can call the town office also, right?
They can call the town office.
Yeah. Well, listen, thanks so much, Dr. Tom Waters. I appreciate you coming in. And anytime you have some important information, let us know.
I will be glad to do that, and I again thank you for allowing me to express my thoughts to the public.
You're welcome. Stay tuned, folks. We shall return after these messages. Don't go away. Young at Heart, here